The People's Democratic Party have issued a warning to their members, openly endorsing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's 2027 re-election bid. Now, in a statement by their spokesperson, Bode, the PDP vowed stiff sanctions against any engaging in what they describe as anti-party activities. Former PDP Deputy National Chairman Chief Bode George, well, he joins me now on this issue. We'll be talking about the preparations for the party's national convention and rebuilding the PDP ahead of the 2027 elections. Always great to have you joining us to speak on Newsday. Thank you for joining us, Chief Bode George.
It's always my pleasure to be with you.
So we're hearing that sanctions will be taken. More specifically, what actions will the party be taking against members who openly work against the PDP by endorsing a rival party's candidate? Is there a risk now of further division and defections when the party decides to enforce discipline?
You know, in any organization, there must be rules, there will be laws, and there are also red lines. You should not cross the red line. You cannot serve two masters. A slave, if he has two masters, will honor one and dishonor the other one. And in the Holy Book, the Almighty God told us, you cannot serve the devil and serve the Lord our God. It is high time. If you want to be a responsible, respectable member of this organization, you must obey their laws. If you can't stand the heat, get the hell out of the kitchen. It is getting so unacceptable that you will have people who will tell you, oh, they will work for the party here, and at the same time, they will go and work for the presidential candidate of the opposition party. It's absolutely laughable. You want to be with us, be with us. If you want to go to the other side, good riddance to bad rubbish. It's high time we did something, and it will be discussed. We had given them the last NEC meeting. They would have taken very serious decisions on these characters. But they said, look, let's give them some leeway where the party will explain to them, we'll give them, let them have a rethink and a reassurance and this and that. That's why it's delayed. But rather than abating, it is getting totally unacceptable. I had never, ever seen anything like this in this country. Now, you watch it. Those who are in APC, have you ever heard even the smallest being there talking about supporting our party as against their own? You won't dare that. So let's call a spade a spade. The rules are there. If you can't stand the rules, you please gracefully get out. And if anybody has done it, they must come in to NEC to come and tender an apology, or the punishment will be meted out to them. Enough is enough, because the public is watching. The public is listening. We want to present our party to them as a party that is respectable, responsible, and will manage the resources of the land for the benefit of the people. If you are then not showing that attitude, how do we convince them to vote for us? Look at the economic indices in this country today. Look at the suffering that is going on in this country today. What do we tell the people? We have a record of proper management of the resources of the land for the benefit of the people. In the last almost 12 years now, what has been the impact on the people? And we have a lot of governors who are rushing down there. Let them have a rethink. I have said this severally, and I will say it again. The only political Iroko party in this country that is well structured, that has a organization. We have rules. We have the areas where we say don't do that. And if you commit that offense, they will ship you out. Simply. So it's time, because the next meeting we will get the report from the zoning committee. Once that is done and the NEC approves it, National Convention. And then we'll be getting ourselves, we have new managers, or we have some of the old ones who want to return. Whatever it is, anybody who cannot obey the rules and regulations as laid down in our grown norm, we show them the exit. No matter, no individual owns this party. No individuals can control this party. We are not APC.
George, you were talking about the National Convention. There's been a lot of talk about it upcoming. What are your key expectations from the convention? We know there's been a lot of talk about the zoning formula. How crucial is it to get it right this time at the convention in order to rebuild this confidence amidst this crisis that the party seems to be enduring?
I tell you what we do. The way it's done is the founding fathers created 6 geopolitical zones. It's not in our national constitution, but because of the permanent disorder of the nation, we have refused to move from being just an existing country to a real nation. There is a hell of a lot of difference between being a country and a nation. So we're trying to create a nation. And that means they sat down because the First Republic, collapsed because of tribalism and religious bigotry. The Second Republic, the same. Majorities, tribes will control everything. Minority tribes will just be mere onlookers. That was what led them to say, okay, let's sit down. Yeah, and I must give credence to Papa Alex Ekweme, who came, invited all the others. He was the convening guru. Invited people from the southwest, south, everywhere, and came up with this concept of geopolitical zones, 6 geopolitical zones, northwest, northeast, north central, southwest, southeast, south. So all majority tribes and minority tribes, you will fall into one of these zones, and created 6 top positions in the land. And so 6 geopolitical zones, 6 top positions. So every zone will go home with something. The president, the vice president, the senate president, the speaker, the secretary to government, and the national chairman of the party. Now, what we did the last time, the zoning committee wrote their report and only handled they handled only the party positions, which is not what is in the constitution. Those two must be simultaneously be treated. Section 7 of our constitution, subsection 3C, states unequivocally that there will be zoning and rotation of elective offices and party offices for purposes of justice, fairness, and equity. And then they said they forgot that to zone the party, the elective offices. How would you do that? That was against the constitution. But as we had it, we have learned our experiences. We have seen the lackluster of that attitude. And so we agreed it will never happen again. And once you zone those positions, party positions and elective positions, 8 years it will serve in the north. Zone 1, north. Zone 2, south. So every position that had gone to the north must remain there for 8 years. Those in the south, the 3 in the south, will remain in the south for 8 years. And after that, then you can compete. We are not saying that any individual wants to contest, cannot contest. But what the party is saying by our law is that you will not jump ship. If the presidential candidate has been from the north for 8 years, after that, it must come to the south for 8 years. And so when you see people manipulating, that was how we almost landed at the bottom of the sea. We have gone through this crisis, we've learned our lesson, and I want to assure Nigerians, it will never happen again. We are ready, we are set, the zoning committee has been appointed, they've started their work, they will report to us what they want to do. I believe, because it's not yet 8 years, that the positions of elective positions will just be rotated within the zones. North-South issue will not come in. You know, so we are ready for that. Once that is brought before the NEC for approval, we are ready for the National Convention. You know, it's an internal dynamics. We don't expect to find a chairmanship of the party being zoned to the south. No. Presidential candidature must come from the south. And it's going to be a day of liberty, a day of joy, a day, because this will be the first time they will be running a national convention in the Southwest. Ready to bring out our cultural values, the cultural attributes.
Well, we'd like to thank you so much, Chief Bode George, for joining us this afternoon. Unfortunately, it seems like there are gremlins in the system concerning our audio and video. Thank you so much, former PDP Deputy National Chairman Bode George.